I don't know what I was thinking. This is a medical device. But also, if you look at martial arts term, it's a billy club with a meat hook. And the nice thing is, because of the Disability Act, it only covers the canes that have a crook on it. It doesn't cover straight canes anymore. You can carry it anywhere in the world. Yeah. And when 9/11 happened and all this stuff went down to the airports, I thought it'd be a lot of problems. The first thing they put on the list, what you can carry on the cane was a cane. On the plane was a cane. So we're in like Flint. In fact, I have over 50 TSA agents that are in my student list. So if anything happens, they promise they'd call me on it. But it's a fun tool. When you learn how to play with it, it's even more fun. I'll show you a few things to keep you out of trouble, and then we'll have a lot of fun if something does happen, what you can do. There are thousands of techniques. There's 26 ways to hold a cane. And each way you hold a cane, there's probably at least 75 to 100 techniques. So go from there. Depends on which direction they're coming, how many there are, etc., etc. But it's a lot of fun. A couple stories going through TSA. I had one of my favorite canes. It was my tournament cane, and it had two yin and yang eyes and a real sharp horn. By the way, this is the horn part here. This is the crook, shaft, and tip. Two TSA agents pick the cane up, and they're going like this. They put their finger on the tip of the horn. They're going. They look at me and they go like this, and I'm going, oh, I'm in trouble. And two of them are looking, they go, nice eyes. Thank you very much. And the other guy goes, what are all the notches for? And those are for the people that I've killed. And they did what you did, and they gave me my cane back, and I got to the gate, and they let me on the plane first. Okay?
Did you walk like this?
No. Okay. There's no regulation that says you have to walk with a limp. When I get past security, I carry the cane like this. The reason being, if you ever do have a problem, a guy has a lead pipe, a billy club, a baseball bat, whatever it is, this here, you can lock it up and move it out of the way. Doing it this way, it just slips off and you're back to starting point again. So having this crook is great. And what other weapon do we have that we can carry anywhere? We can also bring them back for some more. Okay? Now, I want everybody to know that these used to be called shark's teeth because of what they can do. They're very, very damaging. I'll show you a couple things. But now I call them band holders for my exercise system. We have a complete exercise system that you can do standing up, sitting down, or laying down. You have this with an exercise band, and you have a complete gym. You really do. I'm helping a lot of seniors. We've helped over 300 wounded warriors so far with the cane. Because most people, especially martial artists, they don't want to walk with a cane because of their egos. Get over it.
Absolutely.
Okay, it's something that can come in handy. And I've had this here clocked at over 193 miles an hour. Okay, we'll go into that stuff a little bit later. But one thing I like people to learn how to do is do a regular old twirl. And from there, let me put anybody want to know how these things work? Let me show you something. Grab my chest. Okay, I won't do it hard, but if somebody grabbed you, okay, and I don't have any pressure on there yet, I could break every bone in his hand.
Oh, man.
Oh my God.
Yes, yes, yes. That works.
Okay, I had a guy, 6'8", 410-pound solid muscle. He did that, and I had a little extra pressure, and he went down to his knees. He loves my cane. I said, why? You can step on people. But this little adage right here is nasty. It really, really hurts, as you know. Anybody else want to see how it feels? You look like you need something. Oh, I won't do it hard because it will drop you down. Okay? I had a guy come to my shop in Lake Tahoe, 75 years old. Comes in, he's looking around, I showed him the same thing. I did that, and he started bleeding. I'm going, oh, shit. Yeah. Excuse my language. And he goes,
I want to be in here too.
I want 2 of these. Me and my brother are ex-Marines. So it really works. And you think about getting somebody, and you come in, you get them in a headlock, you come over here, I can take the guy's ear off. Pull him in here, I won't do it to you hard, but boom, the ear comes off.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay,
That's
they try to kick you right in
this
there. This is a serious weapon. But it is, if you ever stop, it is a, what? It's a cane. It's a medical device. It's a crutch. You do not say, this is my self-defense weapon, because then you're SOL. If something happens out in the street and you have to use it, If they ask you why you're carrying it, you have a sprained ankle. Don't tell me you have a broken leg because they can x-ray and call you a liar. So you have a sprained ankle, my back hurts, I was dizzy, I needed some support. But you can carry these anywhere. And don't let them try to badmouth you, because they take it away from you and you fall down, who's liable? That's why they're not taking it away from us. Back in the 1600s, you had to have a permit in Europe to carry one of these. In the 1300s, you banished your cane, which is kind of give it a swing or playing with it, around a king, queen, or a czar, you were beheaded. It's been a weapon for over 5,000 years. Now, I did have a lady ask me if I was an inventor of this thing, and I said, no, I'm not quite that old yet. But it's a fun tool, as long as you get it through your head that it's for you to carry. It's not a make you crutch, it doesn't make you crippled, it helps you, it's a tool. And when you have a wife or a girlfriend, that was my biggest problem. My daughter was going, Dad, you look so old. I said, get over it, I am. But that's the biggest problem, because people relate this to a crutch. And once you get through that, another quick story, I was teaching the pilot wives along with the pilots. 3 of them walked up to me and said, you know, we're only taking this class because our husband's making us, we'll never carry a cane. I said, whatever. Next week they came up to me and said, we're sorry, we took our canes with us and we want to buy one. They each bought a $200 cane because they're nice. Some of the reasons I got into doing the canes, the 2 biggest ones, one was my father. He was about 150 pounds overweight, bad knees. The doctor gave him an aluminum cane. He wouldn't touch it. He goes, you look too geriatric, too old, I don't want to carry the thing. He slipped, fell, broke his hip, went in the hospital, caught strep and died. And I was visiting my brother in Palm Springs. The weekend I was there, 3 ladies over the age of 65 were raped. 2 of them had canes, they didn't know what they had in their hand. And I got this epiphany to become famous and poor. Because I was a general contractor with 91 employees. But I fell in love with this. It's a lot of fun. And if you guys have schools, think about the population switch. Right now there are 10,000 people a day turning 65. For the next 17 years that's going to be happening. 1/3 of our population will be over 65 in the next 10 years. We have a market. And the 65 isn't like the 65 20 years ago. It's like the 45s today. And it's a fun tool to practice with. One thing I like to show people how to do, I'm going to put this one down. If you have a partner that has a cane like this, get a different partner. You don't want to play with one that has nasty. That's why I brought what I call training canes or class canes with me. You want one that doesn't have a bad horn, because I love playing with the person's neck, because I found out when you grab their neck, their head usually follows and so does the body. And neck techniques are dangerous, but they keep you out of trouble real quick. It's funny, I was on the cover of Wall Street, and the other papers picked me up, and I had one martial artist said, Mr. Shuey teaches people how to use the crook on a cane. That's a waste of time. That's like having a gun and not teaching them how to shoot it. Because this is the fun part. But you guys start grabbing legs and arms and necks and stuff to see what this crook's all about. But it's fun. But also, you can take the cane and swing it. Okay? This here, along with the figure 8, has probably stopped more situations from happening. I had a guy who there were 3 guys picking on a lady. He came up and said, hey, leave her alone, and they turned around and came at him. And he just went like this. And they went, I think I'm in the wrong place, and they left. That's what this whole thing is, getting to know the cane, learning how to spin it, and if the guy does come, how's he going to get you? And we also learn how to reverse it so the horn's up, so when you put it over here, you do helicopter twirls. Okay? So have somebody who wants to come in on you on that. You can get this thing going real quick. And when I was teaching some of the higher patrol in Nevada, one of them clocked that and they said it was going over 193 miles an hour. It's simple. You just have to have the horn up. You cannot do it with the horn down because your elbow's in the way. Just takes a little bit of practice. You can get most of your students to be proficient to protect themselves in about 6 hours. And of course, you know the more you play with, the more efficient you get. And you want to do techniques that are from all different sides. I don't have to tell you all that stuff. But I make all my canes are out of hardwoods. The hardest wood and the best one to use is hickory. It's the hardest wood and the most dense that I can bend. I make them out of 6 different hardwoods, and I try to make them look pretty and be strong and not break. If they do break on you, I replace it. I've had, in the last 18 years, I've had to replace 14 canes. So that's a pretty good record. I sold 15 canes. But I sell quite a few canes, and it is a lot of fun. Okay, and I guess you probably know about the tournament circuits and stuff, but most people don't use the cane because of the stigma behind it. Just get over it. And if you have a school, I highly recommend you start learning how to do the cane, because the population is going to be there for us. Okay? So, do you want to go right on to some techniques?
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can I borrow somebody here to be an Uki? Just remember, you're safer with me than anybody else in the class. You can put that cane down. We'll do some techniques for one person has a cane, one doesn't. You have about a 90% chance they're going to be attacking you with your right hand, so we'll start doing with the right hands first. I always start the seminars off with the same technique because it's pretty practical, it works, and it lets you know a little bit what your cane can do. So if you're coming at me with your right hand, I'm going to come over here, I'm going to be blocking. I'm going to hit hard enough to break one of the bones in here. I want to hit somewhere between the knuckle and the elbow as hard as I can with a good fan block. I come down, I keep on going, I hit the shin. And I hit it hard enough where he'll be limping, and then when I get back here, I have a choice. I can kill him, I can make him stand up taller, I can take out his leg, and that's just a couple options. But I can cripple the guy. As our old friend Ed Parker used to say, when you get back there, you have your buffet. You can have whatever you want. Okay, so I want you to start out with, you get a partner, as you come in, going slowly, first thing you get out of the way, you always have to move. Now I do this because I don't want to be around any of his weapons. So once I step out of the way and I come over here, it's pretty hard for him to do anything else to me right now. And there's so much I could have done to start with. And then from here I keep on going with the same swing, coming down here, hitting either shin I can, and then when I step back here, like I said, I can cripple him, or I can kill him. Even doing something like this makes it come down real quick, doesn't it? And if I had one with a sharp point on, they go twice as fast. Okay, so get your partner, start off, fan block, knee, come in and back. Give it a try. Come on, baby. You know, only one of you needs a cane, so don't hurt him, though. Okay?
No, she's a bully. You gotta watch.
I wouldn't doubt that. There you go. Good.
And then knee this way?
Yep.
Okay.
Just keep on moving.
Yes.
You want to do is keep on going around behind him. The object is to get behind him as quick as
He
possible.
hit here.
Yes.
He did go here once.
What goes naturally?
And then three is hook, right?
When you come through and you hit,
Okay.
you strike.
Don't do that
Oh, I can do that.
Okay, so let's do that again. Do that again.
Let's do it again.
Here,
That's natural.
here.
You guys want to
Okay,
play?
And you coming back here, guess what?
You're old enough.
Doesn't that feel natural?
And you're already limping. I mean, you're a natural for this thing.
Hey, this would be good for you. It's like me.
So you can strike there, but after you pull off there,
Just grab any cane you want. Just not that one. That's the nastiest one. Be nice. Just,
what you want to do, you want to flow.
take that one right there.
Okay.
Take the condom off.
I think there's a lot to do with that too.
Yeah, bam. Wouldn't that hurt? Wouldn't that?
It's a little harder to do.
You're stepping through.
This thing is facing downwards, right?
Not always. Not always. Technique you do. You always want to know where this is. I guarantee if you have blocked it, it'll learn how to grip the
So
pocket
it's just
right
like
off.
here. And then I
Okay.
can go here.
One.
Gonna get my belt loop and
Yeah, so the first thing, you're blocking, you're coming in, you're stepping,
Alright.
taking out the shin, either one, then you go behind and have
And
it.
then what you do is,
So here, I'll show you.
a lot of times,
Okay, so
after you do that, you recover. In other
Here.
words, after you've done that,
Come back here
step
and
back, because
It's like a shoe. This is like a shoe dash. Okay.
we're
You ready?
here.
You ready?
We don't
Ready?
want the young guys to beat us up,
Here.
you know, so we don't want to be there.
You want here?
Here, and then pain
extension
starts
of your arm. Anything you do with
Okay.
an empty hand technique, you can do with a cane.
Okay, and I'll let you do it. Okay.
Wait a second. Give me a second.
Ah, you do it again.
But everything I ever learned before was a different pattern, so it's
So you're stepping off the line.
Here.
Yeah.
here.
I can see I made a lot of my Christmas wishes.
Yeah, he went like this here.
I just,
You can do it.
yeah,
You can
okay,
do it.
because there was no way we would, so I figured
You might want to see your hair. Okay.
Do it down here.
You need to get a partner?
Down here. Whoa.
Yeah.
Ever, exactly?
You gotta know what's gonna happen. You hit him in the head.
Grab a stick and we'll.
Velocity and then go off.
Knock your chain out.
I'm still on my cane.
I'm trying to see how this business.
Watch out, don't let go.
Yeah, let's keep those where we can see them. You gotta get a good stick.
Oh, it felt full.
So I'm doing a lot of
One here. You needed that one. Made you talk a little different.
Paralyzed.
Put it all stowed away. Take it all away. Put it all on it.
Whammy in the back of the head.
Just keep that line going.
Yeah.
You have to carry these guys back to you.
Steal your wallet too out of it.
Okay, let's go on to another one. Where's my uke? I lost it already. There we go. Okay. You want to make these techniques simple. There's a little thing called a pop-up. Carrying the cane like this, you got a guy that side, you bring it up here. Okay, just bring it up here. A lot of guys do walk with the cane with the horn towards the front. These are strong enough so that it's designed to work that way, either way, whatever's most comfortable for you. Because when you have the horn this way, you can do, with some kind of techniques, you have it this way, you can do other techniques. So it depends on how you practice, which I recommend every way possible. The more you practice, the more fun you're going to have. And if you notice on this cane, this is one of my new cane jaw canes. We have a new thing called Tactical Combat Cane, and we shortened it up to cane jaw. Another quick story. We came up with cane foo back in '99. And my buddy who helped me do all my publicity work, he was reading an article of how somebody discovered the old ancient Chinese art of cane foo. That cane foo came out when they were interviewing me when I was in New Mexico on a horseback ride, and a lady from the Wall Street Journal called me up and interviewed me, and we came up with the name cane foo at that time. So it's an ancient art, about 3 years old. Okay? It is amazing what some of these guys come up with.
Now, you're not really quite chain cane, are you?
Not quite yet. But I've been doing this now steady for 18 years, and I'm still fully charged. I love it. I love getting up in the morning. And what's going to happen with you guys, you'll be laying in bed going, oh shit, that might work. Hey honey, I got it. I'll try something. But there's so many different things you can do depending on how they come with you. We do a lot of stuff with knife and gun takeaways, everything else. In fact, a quick story. One of my cane guys was going down the street, and the guy came up and said, give me all your money. He said, I don't even see a knife. He pulled out a knife, he went down, bam, broke his hand. The guy was crying. He said, you're in the wrong business. You get these things going, and they hurt, they break. Okay, this next one's going to be simple. We're going to do a pop-up. As he comes at me here, I'm going to do a block, okay, with my hand, and I'm going to put this right between his legs. Then I'm going to turn it. Doesn't matter which way you turn it as long as you turn it. From here, I'm going to keep it up as high as I can, come this way. I'm going to follow his arm all the way down here. I can put my thumb in his throat. I can put my thumb in his eye. I can shove my thumb up his nostril, depends on how nice and nasty I want to be. And then from here, I just push and pull. And down we go. Okay, you don't have to take your partner down right now. But it doesn't matter, as long as you turn the cane one way or the other, you might even change his lifestyle if you get in the right spot. Okay? So have fun with it, but give it a turn, and he has to come. You don't want to drop down to the knee. I mean, it'll work down here. I have another technique with that, because you got the pressure points down here, and it kind of wires them up. But right now, this one up tight. That makes them come this way, and when you push that direction, they have to go down. Give it a try.
And how's your starting?
I start from here. The guy's coming at me, I pop up. Bam. Because you got a lot of extra weight when you have them like this.
So you just bring it up.
Just bring it up.
Just try to get to about midway on
Yeah, about midway. You'll notice a lot of my canes have grips on them and stuff. I usually pop them midway. Got it? Okay.
Get up here and you can turn.
Give it a try.
That would hurt.
Oh, you got them off his top. That's good. I think it's get back in there and pop this off.
Make sure it was there.
I just
Ready? Here it goes.
And then push this and bring this like,
When you come to me, I need to pop up.
stick your hand out first. It's easier said than done.
Just as an attack,
Oh, you had,
I immediately is distracted. I immediately, so it kind of stops you, even just the fact that you're seeing this thing coming up in the air at, on eye level.
I've been waiting.
So I'm looking at that, then you're hitting me, and then you're doing
It's all fat.
that's pretty cool.
Well, right now I'm learning, but
That hurt.
if we apply,
Here's better than just here. Here's better. Just roll it. That's not what it is.
No, I saw that. One thing I noticed is,
Not too hard on those. It's just go
when I
easy.
like this, when she pops up pretty good, this,
I would
what
yeah.
the hell?
Yeah, yeah.
She's able to then, you get pauses you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna.
Ready?
If you have any questions, just raise your hand, I'll help you out. Are you gonna come out and play? There's a cane over.
Don't push me over.
Join us.
I'm supposed to go off like this.
Yeah, okay.
I'm doing
Bring it down here.
I really don't.
The higher you go,
He had a cane like this. It was just messed up. I mean, I would have been. That's my time. Here. I'm just afraid I wasn't gonna hurt you. It just seems funny.
slide down her arm.
Your hand. Scary to think about it. God, this thing is scary. Come on, just pop out. Pop out. Back.
I go down.
In.
I go down. Actually, because you slide it down to D, you said that. You slide it down here because you're gonna.
Lock. Back. Yes, you want. Slide.
Okay, in a non-aggressive way, like that.
Like this?
Go through, and then come in and through, and hook, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, I appreciate it. I did.
So this is the first one. Are you going to go like this?
But what that you were talking about before was when the guy was reaching in with that hand coming through here,
Oh, you don't?
Turn the wrong way.
taking the knee out,
Okay.
back across, like that. So,
I'm grabbing
like that when the guy's here.
You get this.
going
on there.
Or usually you're just saying if I'm just standing like this, I'm standing like this,
Now pull that toward you.
And then what I
Slide your hand down here.
do,
Throat in your eye.
I sit back here and see what's happening. That's my old, mine are from 65 to 86.
It's true.
because you do have to change position.
Guy, this big, what I'd be doing is coming to me,
And then you're gonna
come up here, ring, turn,
It's just, you know, it's like a, in some ways, a short version of a bow staff.
okay?
In some ways, it's kind of like a short bow staff. And some of the
Put that
techniques,
here.
you know, you spin the bow staff, right?
Especially when I mean, I was in the bar once, I saw a guy taking one.
I know I'm gonna go down by that.
Make me stay back.
This is actually good. Makes sense?
You know, not only how you...
Okay, let's move on to another one.
Right?
By the way, if you guys fill out one of these, we're gonna have a drawing, and I'll do that Sunday when I get back, and I'll be sending somebody a free cane.
Already then.
Obviously, I'm trying to do this for a mailing list to keep you guys involved with what's going on with cane now.
Sure.
Let me give you a rundown real quick of what's going on with the cane. The main system is called the American cane system. I designed it actually back in '99 when I came out with the first set of videos. I was doing tournaments and stuff. I was doing very well in the tournaments, and I had people coming up to me saying, how can I become a cane master? And I went, good question. Because I was mainly just making the canes to sell them because they didn't have a good cane product. So after that happened, it took me about 3 years to design a cane system, which was all just self-defense. And then after going out there and helping seniors and everything, I found out that the seniors were pretty weak, so I started with an exercise and rehabilitation system. And to me, to have a full martial arts, you have to have the hurting and the healing. So I was recognized in 1999 through the World Head Sulkyship of being a cane system. And almost every Grand Master board in the United States, and also I'm understanding that I'm the only American system, martial arts system, is recognized in Japan through the Kwan.
Wow.
And the main reason they did it is because we're helping senior citizens and the disabled. So it's getting around. In fact, I went to China, and the head monk in the Northern Temple has one of my canes. So it's getting out there. It's a lot of fun. Okay, next. There's so many techniques I had to figure out what I'm going to do. This one here, in fact, I'm going to move on. Most of you guys are all safety-minded. Just remember, the first thing I'm teaching this is safety. So I'm going to go around the neck here. Okay, I'm going to show you 2 different ways to do one of my favorites. First one, you attack with the right hand. I'm going to block it here. Take out the teeth, slide back here, slide in here, and pull. He's all mine. I can do a Mike Tyson technique if I was here. Now, when I take this hand and bring this in tight, within 12 seconds he'll pass out. I've had a couple people in 5 seconds get real weak. I told them to go see a doctor because their heart's not pumping right. But it's very nasty. I'm in complete control. When I'm back over here, I can move him around any direction I want to. So if he has some friends, I can hide behind it. I can come down here. I can break his neck. And like I said, I can kiss him goodnight. Okay? That's one way. Now, most people do carry the cane like this. So they're coming at me. Same technique, just harder. I come down here. I push. I bring this right underneath his nose, come up, switch the hands, and here I am again. Now, this is being nice because I could have this in his there. I could have it in his eyes. So this is being nice to the guy. Be careful on this one. Whenever you go around someone's neck, you got to be super careful. You want to see it again?
Yes, sir.
Okay. First one, because when I'm in the airport, once I get past security, I carry my cane like this. I've been waiting for some security guard to say, why are you carrying a cane like that? Because everybody looks at me going, why are you carrying a cane like that? No one's ever said anything. And my excuse is,
cane like that?
I never asked. Because I'm feeling good today, I want to get stronger. And if I do lose something, I can drop it down here and catch my balance real quick. That's the story I give. The only story I've really had to tell, I was in the Chicago airport waiting, and a security guard came up. He had to weigh 300 pounds to be weighed an ounce. And he goes, are you the cane master? Yeah. He goes, can you sign this for me? And had stuff like that. So I signed that, and I watch him, and he goes back to this other guy, and the guy grabs the stuff from him and looks at it. Anyway, I go down to my plane, I get on there, and the flight attendant comes to me and says, can you please get off the plane? The guy wants to talk to you on the tarmac. I said, hell no, I just got on my seat here. Have him come talk to me in here. No, sir, you have to go talk to him. So I said, okay. I come up to him, he goes, hi, I'm in seat 5C. I am the air marshal. I'm the good guy if anything happens.
I'm on your side.
Most people in airports, because of my unique design and stuff, they become friends real quick because they know what the cane is about. I had one guy who was a colonel in the Marines. He came back to Florida, was in the police department. During duty, he got his legs clipped here. He couldn't walk. Going through stores, and these teenagers would kick the cane out from him. He'd fall down, so he was scared to leave the house. He was on an airplane, and one of my students, he came in and he put the cane up there, and the guy goes, so what's your disability? The guy goes, what do you mean disability? Well, you got a cane. Oh, I'm not disabled. This is a cane master cane. Anyway, the guy called me, and now he's not scared to go anywhere. And it's helping a lot of people. It really is. But anyway, let's go with another technique. Let's say the guys come, most people when they fight, they go with 2 hands. So let's say the guy hits me with the right hand first, I'm going to block here. If he tries to hit me with the left hand, I come over here. I lay this down beside the back of his neck, I come up to as close to the neck as I can, and then I bring my elbow up to the tip of my cane. He doesn't want to be here anymore. Then I just step and take him down. If I did it fast, he would drop. Okay? You can do 2 punches or 1. The main thing is come out with the left. Blocking here, bring it up here. This kind of slows them down if something happens. When you bring the cane down here, don't bring it down nice. In a street technique, you would whack the back of the head. When you put your hand up here, you go as close to his neck as possible, grab, and then you just take your elbow and push it up. Okay? And then you make a left hand turn. And you take your foot this way. Give it a try.
All right. My first move is here, right?
Okay, so let's see you coming at me with the right. I'm going to block as hard as I can. Come at me with the left. Okay, boom, block again. I shove this up here, block this way. This comes in here, move,
And then
Who's doing the second one?
we're missing, yeah, we're
I want to
missing.
do the one with the foot in
And then I put this up here.
First one.
Right?
the first one? Okay, so what do you want to do first is distract him. However you want to do it.
Get that elbow up on
And if you're coming in here, what I would do in the first one is block, strike. I can strike with this part of the cage here.
Let's try it.
Okay, then I
No,
drop
I'm
it.
sorry. I'm sorry.
You got to listen to it only come.
Here, I
How
grab
big
that.
your neck is, or how big you are, let me tell you.
And if you have one of those 2 canes,
You're gonna, yeah, my neck is about as skinny.
I don't even need to reach you.
Hey, Mark. Get over there. Help us redo.
So,
this one's left hand.
I go to another person.
You do the second one?
I just bring this in.
No, pull up from the side. Yeah, pull up outside. And then,
It catches you right there.
and then pull.
Yeah, 'cause I was just playing with the right here. It'll say right.
then push past, okay. So,
It's okay.
I'm blocking the wrong one.
We're good. I have a skinny neck.
It works, doesn't it?
And it's
See,
long.
it's hard with the, now with this cane, it's almost too big for your neck. I really have to tighten up a lot.
Oh, go back.
But when it's skinny like that, all they do is take the cane and twist it.
Oh,
Step out.
let me try that.
Yeah, just be careful.
Some of these techniques.
No way.
I was wondering how we can adapt.
I don't know if it's the ones that you have, but they're in, like I said, I'm coming out with 3 more DVDs.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now what are we doing, the last one I just did?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm in here, come in here. 1, 2,
Yeah,
3,
that's what I was doing for those security.
5.
The group, he said.
Okay? The main thing is, I want to get it here, and I want to crush
Have
that
your,
throat.
his
Yeah,
bone
yeah,
on your
just look
throat.
at back and go.
And of course, I can hold it there and choke it. Yeah. So I just take it left hand turn.
Yeah, so you're moving your body. Yeah.
I'm taking that foot and I'm coming around.
Yeah.
Off balance,
Right.
so-
Why don't you do it to him? Can he do it to you?
No.
No? I know, you're right.
But you should be able to do it.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Close your head, yeah, that's it. Try to get the elbow to the tip of that cane.
Both hands are on that
I
side.
thought, I think that's right. Right?
The more you push, the more you push. The more he doesn't want to.
Get this in.
Yeah. And what you got now, what I'm going to show you, what I think
I'll testify.
what I'm going to show you what I need.
Okay, what do you do?
Okay, you do, so I'm here.
First one, I'll do the first one. So you're doing it around the neck? Okay, so there's a couple of different ways to do it. One is to have the cane held like this, and as he comes, send him to the dentist. Now I can take out on the way if I want to, but I want to hit him on the knee here. Slide it down here.
Across the neck. This is
Slide
what
it up. Now which one do we?
this move the
Okay, As he's coming at me here, we're doing this one here, I'm going to be blocking. Boom. Push the hand down, push it out of the way. I'm going to rake this up to his nose. I come over here, I put my hand over, because he's a thick guy. It doesn't matter because if I had a street can, I'd be poking a hole in it.
Oh, no, the one with your hand. The one with your hand was right straight in
The second one when you
The second one.
block.
Oh, that one, okay. So he comes with the right, block, comes with the left, block. Slide this up, taps the back of the head, I want to have it. This really doesn't do anything, but it slows him down for a second. The next thing I'm going to do is coming up here, and then coming up here. And then I make a left hand turn. Now, for a woman your size against him, I wouldn't do this technique.
I went through and
That'll be $15 for
Mark, I can get there. He liked what was going on with Mark.
But try the technique. You might not get better.
I'm done. I'm done right there. It wouldn't take much to get down from that point. Well, you're not going to do it.
Yeah, but that's what you say.
One of the things that Mark was teaching, and that I teach too, when our we have that flowing motion. Okay, they like to do the bigger hand down, almost like a samurai sword.
I would be trying to move fast, but she's moving fast. I'd be kicking and fighting.
I don't think, yeah, but you would, in a real situation, you wouldn't be
I
outside.
wouldn't be able, yeah.
But this town,
Just so they,
I'll show you some.
just they have a little reference.
Be careful.
I like all the,
Just remember, when you're doing stuff around the neck, go easy. Now, what you want to do so he doesn't get hurt, you got to try to make the key.
yeah, okay.
You had kind of.
Now you got the blood stopping. Since his brain's so small, it goes through all the time. Yeah, it's easier for
I
you.
didn't know we were going to see this. Did you?
I got it.
Actually,
Good.
Got it.
My neck won't go in this one.
Okay, let me show you one now that's got a few pressure points involved. Some of these George Dillman type stuff. In fact, I got this one of my black belts over in the UK is what he is George Dillman's 4th degree. And he just loves the cane. In fact, we designed one special for him with some shark's teeth on this side and on this side so he could really play around with you. Now this one here is involved, it's pretty simple. As the guy comes, first you tap him to kind of loosen him up a little bit. You take this thing, you hit as hard as you can, then you bring it right here. Okay, you know the 2 pressure points we have here. The wood here covers both those pressure points. So as you're coming in here, you go to stomach 8 and 9 right there. And they go out for about 20 seconds if you do it right. I'm not going to do it for you right now, okay? But what I would do, I would be pulling this up here, taking these fingers, hitting right in here, and pulling here. You can pretty much figure out what that's going to do.
I know where you're going.
Very uncomfortable. He's going down, and he's probably going to pass out all the way down. Okay? But don't do it hard against him. Just touching here. You guys pretty much know the pressure points a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
But stomach 8 and 9 is where you want the top of your fingers as hard as you can. Drive those fingers to his brain. Okay? And this here takes the balance out of here. Connects the other 2 meridians up there for you. That's the wood meridian. Go. Okay. What do you have? Fire, wood, water, metal?
You do it.
Good.
left ball side pocket.
That slows him down. Slide and then bring that thing. You can go to either side of the throat you want to, but you want it to aim right in there. That's a good spot, right in here. All you do is shove that right up in the brain, right here. Okay.
I have the longest vegetable roll, but we can.
You part your ass.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so I'm just coming in here. So when you do the first move,
Hey, Mark, this is a punch. Try it back. No, I know, but no, I've heard that on the aggressive. It's coming at you.
Yeah, where the guy's grabbing you, punching with it.
all right, so if I do it to you,
You guys want to play?
Keep on going.
Oh, yeah.
Going down.
Okay. The guy ahead of me was about 20 minutes late, so I might run a couple seconds. Okay, you want to go another one?
Yes, sir.
Like I said, there's thousands of these things. Depends on what you want to do. I'm going to kind of walk you through the next because I don't want him falling. The thing on this one, if you don't know how to fall properly, he's going to break both his wrists.
Here, something simple.
You know I fall properly?
Okay, all these things. So we're not going to do that. So he's coming at me at something. What I'm going to do is come at my upper torso. I'm going to duck down and I'm going to hit here as hard as I can. I'm going to step back here, and all I got to do is push like this, and he has nowhere to go but down. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now while you're down there, you can do a couple other things. You could hit him with this side of the cane if you want, and when you're this direction, you can hit him this way, and they fall down that direction. Use your imagination. Have some fun with this tool. Start off with what I'm showing you, but then if your brain says, this might work, give it a try. I don't care. Because everybody's techniques, everybody's different, and something's going to work easier for you than it does for me. These techniques work good for me, they might not work at all for you.
Yeah.
So when you get something and your brain says, maybe this will work, give it a try, see if it will. Okay? Go ahead. One, he's coming at me here, now I got the cane this way. Smash as hard as I can. Now I know he's not going to be chasing after me, I want to get back here. I grab my cane, upper hand here, I can roll it, make it hurt more, and he has to go down.
So it doesn't matter though which side of the cane you use.
Depends on how the cane's in your hand.
I'll try not to.
Because this side is more fun, because I can grab your leg and pull. But if it's this way, I can still take care of what I'm going to do. Down, the cane has to go lower. Drop 2 inches more down. There you go. And she would go.
You know, how you felt the top there?
So did I. So I'm just coming in like this, and you can just smash me.
Yeah, it hurt.
And grab the cane and go down. Okay, that was good to know.
If you want to, you can.
Let me see if I can figure this out. Okay. This is right?
Put your shoulder.
You didn't knock it down.
Yeah, like a baseball.
When I hit you, you already hurt. So,
Okay.
You know, it's a matter of living.
Yeah, once you sit there and you hit and you pull. Yes.
It's going down. She's going down. Trying to go way down here.
So what I see,
This is something I would never teach.
Here's your problem. I don't want to fall.
But I like the idea that you can do this.
Okay, let's do a couple more. Let's say somehow the guy gets Shuey, because normally if somebody's coming at you and you don't know the guy, I would say stop right there, please. You're close enough. Now I wouldn't handle the cane, I'd make it so I could poke him if I had to and bring it back. Because the first thing they're going to try to do is grab it, which I can show you other techniques how to get out of that. But what we're going to do now, I forgot what we're going to do. So I'll make up something new here. I get up here, he grabs my chest. Okay, there's so much stuff to do. Only thing I can say right now, I know where this hand is, I do have to worry about this hand. So as he got that, I'm going to come over here and clip him in the head. I'm going to bring this cane down here and bring it in here. Okay, if I roll, it hurts more. If I want to bring him in closer, I come down lower, obviously. I can take this part of the cane, take it over here, put it on the neck, and take care of this direction. Make sense?